What is a psychological trick you know to really fuck with someone? Silence. It's a very effective interview technique, because as humans we are conditioned to break silences in conversations. When you are talking to someone, if you interrupt them and say "walk with me" in a busy tone and start walking away, they will walk with you and continue the conversation without hesitation. You can lead them wherever you want, really. I worked with a friend who kept a 12-pack of Mountain Dew under his desk. For a while he'd sneak extra cans back into the box. Not a lot, and just enough that he was sure he drank more than the box would hold. When you get into an elevator with other people, don't turn around to face the doors. Stare at their forehead while they are talking. It really freaks people out. Jim was onto something. Hand them trash in a conversation. Usually, if you reach out with something, the other person will take it, and if they're busy talking to you, they won't pay attention to what you're handing them. I do it sometimes for fun, and the expression I get when they finally look down and realize I just handed them my trash to take care of is great. Immediately after they look at the time, ask them if they know what time it is. Chances are, they will have to look at the time again. I forget the exact study, but basically in an office setting you can tell anyone anything, and as long as it's on an official memo, anywhere between 60 to 80% will comply. I think in the study they had it as take this memo to an isolated room, and most people just did it. Wild stuff. It's not really psychological, but let's say someone is 25 or 30 feet behind me while we're both walking down a hallway. There's a 90-degree corner coming up. I round the corner, then run really quietly so I'm really far ahead of the person behind me. Then I walk my normal speed again. When they round the corner, they're surprised to see how far away I am now compared to how normal I was walking. If you want to really mess with someone, go up to them and ask them, "Hey, do you ever get that creepy déjà vu feeling?" Then like a week later wear the same thing and ask them the same question. I've done this to so many people and their reactions are hilarious. Tell your family you're going to get cigarettes, and then never come back. Psychologically fuck 'em good. Wave to random people in public, and when they wave back look at them confused and point behind them. They'll be crying about the awkwardness until they start their new life in another country. Edit. Thanks for gold, but still why? Point out something that someone does all the time. One of my coworkers would leave the office at the end of the day and forget his headphones. So he'd leave the office and have to run in again to grab them. I told him I noticed he always forgot his headphones, and how he's self-conscious about it and never forgets them anymore. When meeting someone for the first time, say "oh hello" again and shake their hand, even if they go for like a high five, transfer it into a handshake. They will not ask for your name or any information, they will just think that you definitely know them from somewhere and they just forgot. Offer somebody gum but don't take a piece for yourself. Look distractedly at their nose or some part of their face, then scratch or rub the corresponding part on your own face. They'll supposedly get confused and think they have something on them. This was from the book Mind Control, The Ancient Art of Psychological Warfare, by the dubiously named Ho Halong. My emotionally unstable brother bought this book and I had to see what the hell he was actually reading. The author sounds like a nutcase through his writing. Take a fake homework to school and ask them if they had done it. If you're close-quartered with someone, you can intentionally choose one word out of the lexicon to mispronounce. Swear up and down that your way is the correct way, and the correct way is actually the wrong but popular version. After months of intentionally mispronouncing the word shrimp, my mother now says scrimp. It's been 2 years and I can't undo this help. My boss handles stress terribly, so in one-on-ones, he tends to snap and spend the hour complaining about people. Sometimes people end up getting chewed out or yelled at in a meeting that's supposed to be about their development. When I first began in my department, he noticed me putting on perfume and said his wife wears the same one. It's not anything fancy, just one that's widely known. Every time I go into my one-on-one with him, I apply the perfume right before. He generally speaks very softly to me and doesn't snap at me like he does with others, and I'm pretty sure it's because he smells me and thinks of his wife. Fucked up that it takes that to get a manager to treat you humanly, but it works. Hashtag yawn. Hashtag yawn. Hashtag yawn. Don't worry, you can hardly notice it. Say have a good day, and then follow it with something applicable only to them. Then watch them say, thanks you too, only to realize what they said doesn't make sense. I do this with Uber Eats drivers all the time. Have a great day. Drive safe. Thanks. You too. Wait. If you have access to their computer, take a screenshot of their desktop and set that screenshot as their new desktop image. Then hide all the icons in a folder. They'll go nuts trying to click the images, but they're just part of the wallpaper. I can make my pupils really big on command. It's some weird thing. So I'll be having a conversation both looking at each other, and slowly I'll begin to increase the size of my pupils until it's at the max, and the person I'm speaking to will kinda stop the conversation and be all like WTF. Not really how to fuck with someone, but if you're sitting on a bus or train and don't want someone sitting next to you, don't put your bag on the seat. Someone will ask you to move it so that they can sit down. Instead, as someone walks by, pat the empty seal whilst making direct eye contact with them and smiling. Works 9/10 times, but the one time it doesn't work, good luck. Edit. I know I put seal instead of seat, but I think it's funny so I refuse to change it. Edit 2. I know that you'll hate me for saying this, but thanks for the gold. It's my first ever and means a lot. Also, I didn't know that this would get so much attention, so thanks for the 6K. Upvotes as well. If somebody is talking and talking, giving you no chance to say what you want to say, drop something very loud on the floor, then begin to talk. Tell someone you want to play rock, paper, scissors. As you both getting ready to count down, compliment their shirt or something to throw them off and start counting down. Then, you pick rock. When you interrupt someone's concentration during the game, they automatically go to the most recent thing in their head, which will be scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. It works every time until they realize you're fucking with them. I had a friend that would casually eat a slice of American cheese while taking orders at a particularly rude table. Not say anything other than normally asking what they wanted to eat. Bite of cheese. It would immediately make the guy trying to impress his date by being awful to the server totally docile because it was so awkward. My favorite is the slight lean and making a face like you're farting. I only use it to fuck with people. I don't actually fart. It'll derail any conversation. Especially in my teenage years, it freaked people out to not react angrily to their tries of bullying / insulting you. At some point I even agreed with them on certain topics. That got them extremely confused. Edit. Typo. Prolonged smiles. It stops people dead in their tracks. I personally love to do it when someone's chatting shit. You gaze directly into their eyes so they lock theirs on you in return and then plaster a ginormous grin on your face. Sometimes it directly gives the message you are unimpressed and they stop. If they don't, you continue to maintain eye contact and smile the exact same way. They'll become increasingly uncomfortable and lose their train of thought. It's also good to use at random times. Sometimes I'll just smile for a long time at my friends and you're able to see them physically writhe in discomfort at it. Smiling in such a way gives people a massive sense of insecurity, no matter who you are. Because you feel the spotlight has unexpectedly been turned on you and you don't know why. When they are angry with you, simply say, "You seem upset. What's the matter?" Then smile. If that doesn't work, punch them in the throat. Just walk past someone, act depressed, and say, "Please stop doing that." It will eat at them. When talking to them, Stare at their nose, and when they ask why you're staring at their nose, tell them that you aren't. Nursery rhymes. Hum a few bars, stop, then start a few bars later and repeat. If you pick one person and one song for that person, it can be quite annoying, especially done over a few days or weeks. Had a group of engineer overseers, 3 of them to be exact, that I would always use 3 blind mice every time they got close. Took them about 4 months to finally say please stop. Adding real quick to the end of a request adds a sense of urgency that compels people to do whatever you tell them. Example: Derry, give me your wallet real quick. And before you know it, Derry hands you his wallet. Play a game. Option A: $50 bill. If everyone agrees to the simple rules, highest bidder pays you what they bid and gets the $50 bill. Second highest bidder pays you whatever they bid and gets nothing. You will make money off the deal. Edit: both the highest bidder and second highest bidder pay. Before I argue or debate with a relative, I ask them what the criteria would be for them to change their mind. If they say there's no chance, then we talk about something else. If you turn your head to look at something, people tend to mimic your behavior to see what you are looking at. It's instinctual. So I will look at random emptiness, and if people look at where I am looking, I ask, do you see that? When they say no, I reply, I gotta take my meds, or something similar. Some people have lively reactions. It's fun to fuck with people's heads. Subscribe, like and comment if you hate outros. Begging you to subscribe, like and comment.